Hi, second graders. So I am going to start down here, and I want you to look at the line behind me. Today we are going to talk about skip trips. And when I talk about skip trips, I'm talking about ways that you can jump on a number line or skip on a number line. So it says, I can skip by 5s and 10s within 1,000. So we're going to use our skip jumps of 1, 5, and 10 to reach a target on the number line. So before we start talking about that, I want you to look at that line that's behind me. It should be on the floor, but since you're not here, it's hard for me to show a line on the floor. So I drew it on the board instead. And I want you to think about how long the line is. So again, it's not masking tape, it's a line on the board. So about how long do you think that is? I'm going to move my computer so you can see how long the board is. And then what are your guesses? Now I'm going to walk myself over here, but we're going to keep, you have that line in your head. What are some estimations? How long do you think it is? All right. So now I want you to pretend that that line is on the floor and that your toes are touching one end. Do you think you could stand at one end and jump all the way to the other side without landing in the middle of that line? What do you think? So we're going to talk about something that is in the Olympics, and then you'll see how it has to do with our number line. So a long jump, just like we talked about jumping from one side of the line to the other, the long jump is one of the oldest sporting events in history. So if you have ever been to a track and field event at the high school, or maybe you've been to a different kind of track and field event, it's one of the things that they do. They also do it in the Olympics. And someone takes a running start and they jump as far as they can. And then they record how long their jump is. And the world record for the longest jump is almost 30 feet. So I'm sitting in our classroom right now, and 30 feet is almost the whole length of our classroom. Can you believe that? So I'm going to show you a video of that, of the long jump, and just how crazy it is. And maybe after you do math today, maybe you can go outside, or maybe you have a spot inside like a hallway where you could try to do some really long jumps. So here we go. Uh-oh. Here we go.
Writing's not that easy, but Grammarly can help.
Bear with me. I'm going to be able to skip the ad in a second.
From possible immortality, the longest running
So here's his long jump.
Of athletics in terms of field events. The 8 meters and 90 that Bob Beamon jumped in Mexico City in 1968.
So this is the guy who has the world record for biggest long jump. Look at him taking that running start.
He's so fast on the runway. That's a long one again. Again aided by a following wind, this time slightly stronger at 2 meters, 0.9.
All right. So that's just a fun little video to watch. All right. So let me go to the next slide, maybe. So there's also something known as the triple jump. And it's another track and field event. But this one, you get to jump 3 times in a row. And they measure how far they can travel with the 3 jumps. And this event is called the triple jump because it stands for doing something 3 times. Triple means 3. So here is another video of a triple jump.
Göteborgissa 2 vuotta myöhemmin kolmiloikasta muodostui todellinen hyppyjuhla.
This is not in America. It is in a different country. But we're going to watch the triple jump.
Mies Jonathan Edwards on vuorossa. Kesana johtaa 17-19. Edwardsin ensimmäiset loikat näissä maailmanmestaruuskilpailuissa ja se on...
Okay, so do you see? He did like 3 skips, and I want you to keep that in your brain because when we're working on math today, you're going to be jumping on a number line kind of in the same way as he's doing. Okay, so let's see it again.
18 metriä. Ja valkoista väriä näytetään. Siinä oli tyrmäysisku kaikille muille. Hän on pomppinut useasti yli 18, mutta aina on ollut
So
liikaa
he's going to do it again.
Nyt ei ollut 18 muille.
So here it is. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Isn't that neat? All right, so we're going to keep talking.
Edwards ei tyytynyt vielä tähän.
All right, so the triple jump, we just saw how, not our classmate, but pretend that we're jumping and how far they could go. So here we are, we have a number line that starts at 0 and it goes all the way to 15. And when you're using a number line, you want to think of the fewest amount of hops to get to the number that you want to get to. So I could take little bunny hops that are like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, all the way to 15, but that wouldn't be the fastest way to do it. So you want to think about the quickest way and the fewest amount of jumps to get there. So I jumped +5, +5, +5, because I know 5, 10, 15, just like the triple jump. All right. So can we do the same thing with 10? So this time our number is bigger, and I'm not going to jump by 5s. I could jump 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I could do 6 jumps of 5, but that wouldn't be the quickest way with the least amount of jumps. So if you make your jumps bigger, you can do fewer jumps and get to that number faster. So here we have 0 all the way to 30. And I see that I've done 3 hops or jumps of 10, 10, 20, 10, 20, 30. Do you guys see that? All right. Here's a challenge question. What if Mike Powell, so that's the guy that we watched first, came to visit our class? Mr. Powell can jump 30 feet. Suppose he did the triple jump. So remember, Mike Powell just did one big long jump. And then the second video we watched, they were able to go hop, hop, hop. So suppose he can do the triple jump in 3 jumps, and each jump was 30 feet. So 30 plus 30 plus 30. Can you figure out how Mr. Powell would go if he jumped 30 feet, then add another 30, and then add another 30? So here is a way to show that. 0, so here's my first hop of 30. He's doing a triple jump, so then plus 30. Notice that the only number that's changing is the number in the tens place. It's going up by 3 each time. So 30 plus 30 plus 30. So that's a much faster way to show jumps than by doing it by 1s or even by 5s or even by 10s. All right, so now I want you to get a piece of paper. I'm going to make my little picture bigger. It says to get a whiteboard, but sometimes what I do for in-person kids is just a little bit different than what I do for you guys online because it just works differently. So I have a whiteboard, but you could very easily get a piece of paper and a pencil. And so I have a dry erase marker and my dry erase board, but you have something to write with. Okay, so we're going to play a game called Hit the Target. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw an empty number line. So you're going to make your number line on your paper look just like this. I'm going to have 0 on the left-hand side and 15 on the right-hand side. I don't know if it's backwards when you see my picture. Okay, so this is what it should look like. So our target is 15, and we want to start thinking about how could we hop using the fewest amount of jumps to get to our target number. Okay, so how many jumps of 5 would we need to do to get to 15? Okay, so here's how it's going to look. I'm trying to figure out how many jumps of 5. So I'm going to write plus 5. So if I go 5 from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I land on 5. But am I to 15 yet? Nope. So I need to do another jump of 5, like this. So what's 5 plus 5? 10. Am I to my target number of 15? Nope. So I need to do one more jump. Am I to my target number? I sure am. Okay, so now I could do it like this, but I want to get to my number in as few jumps as possible. Now, I'm not just going to jump 0 to 15. I do want to jump a little bit, either one long jump, but I want some little ones. So I'm going to redraw my line, 0 to 15. And now I want you to think about, what if we used a 10 to jump? Could we get there faster, and what would it look like? So I want you to take a minute, and I want you to show how you could use 10 as a jump number. And I'm going to do it on mine. Remember, your target number is 15. All right. So remember, our target number is 15. I want to use a hop of 10 and then figure out what else I need to hop. Here's what mine looks like. Started with 0. I did one big hop plus 10 to get to 10, and then plus 5 to get to 15. Could we use fewer jumps to get to 15? Could we just do one big jump, like the long jump? Could we just go like this? Yeah, why not? We could do that. All right, here's another one. So you're going to, again, on your paper, you're going to draw a number line, make it look just like mine. So you're going to draw 0 and then 7. And I want to know, how can we get from 0 to 7 using the fewest jumps on a number line? So using the fewest number of jumps of 5 and 1. So you're either going to use jumps of 5 or jumps of 1. And you want the fewest jumps. So what could you put together to make that happen? I'm doing my idea. All right. So remember, we want to get to our number in the fewest jumps as possible, but we have to use a 5 and we have to use some 1s. All right, this is what mine looks like. I've done one big jump of 5, and then I know that if I do another jump of 5, it's going to give me 10, and that's too much. My target number is 7. So I can't do 2 jumps of 5. I have to do one jump of 5 plus 1, 6, plus 1, 7. All right. Here's another one. So on your same piece of paper, you're going to do another number line. It's going to start with 0, and it's going to go to 9. And again, you are going to get to 9 with as few jumps as possible by using a hop of 5 and hops of 1. Okay? So figure out how that might look. All right, I'm going to give you one more second. Here's what mine looks like. I've got one hop of 5 plus 1, 6, plus 1, 7, plus 1, 8, plus 1, 9. So again, I can't do 2 hops of 10 or 2 hops of 5 because if I do 2 hops of 5, then I get 10 and that's too many. All right. So I have attached these sheets there's 4 sheets, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's your independent practice. So what I would do is I would take a screenshot, or you could, in your journal that you're just doing, you could have someone draw this for you, or you could draw it in your journal to do these. Okay, but it's 4 pages and you're going to practice doing jumps to different numbers. So here's the example. Your target is 15. And it says, use skip jumps on the number line to go from 0 to the circled target number in each problem. Use the fewest jumps of 1, 5, or 10 possible for each problem. Label your jumps. So label your jumps means that if you did a hop of 5, you write plus 5, plus 5, plus 5. So these are 2 ways that you can get to 15. One big jump of 10 and 5, or 5, 5, 5. Okay, so you'll do as few jumps as possible for 6, 12, 8, 13, 21, 16, 23, 20, and then there's some challenge problems. Okay, you don't have to do the challenge problems, but I at least want you to do 1 through 8 of the independent practice. And then you may make a choice board choice. That is, so here are the papers that I was just talking about and showing you. They look a little bit different on our math. And then again, these are our choice board choices. There's 2 assignments that you need to get through by the end of the week, and then there's some other practice for you to do. All right, so again, we talked about jumping on a number line, and we want to jump to our target number in as few hops as possible using hops of 1, 5, or 10. Good luck.